It was tore down in 1951. It was here from 1896 till then. The Army and Navy band would play concerts. The Army and Navy General Hospital performed concerts. Using the small shelter so visitors on the nearby streets and trails could enjoy the music as it waved over the hillsides. Tufa Terrace Trail. Tufa is a mineral deposit from the hot water. Okay, that's looking down on Forsyth Visitor Center. I love this network of trails. I want to do them all someday. Oh, there's a truck up there. Must be a Park Service rig. November 1st. And here we go up the Peak Trail. Half a mile to the summit. That's not far. That's the Park Service employee that was doing the gardening maintenance. And what is this road right here? An access road? Looks like a carriage road from Arcadia, but it isn't. Okay, upward we go. Now this is the road to the overlook. I prefer to walk. Oh, wait a minute, here's a spring. Let's check it out. No, it's just an access. Here we go again. Back on the Peak Trail. Paths to Health. John Muir, arguably America's most famous naturalist, advocated for the conservation of wild places he loved. He recognized the many benefits of nature, including improved health. In 1875, he implored the readers to climb the mountains and get their good tidings. Peace will flow into you as sunshine flows into trees. The winds will blow their own freshness into you, and the storms their energy, while cares will drop away from you like the leaves of autumn. What Muir gathered from his own experiences is supported by recent scientific studies. Okay, up we go. You're in the forest. Down below is a busy city. Can't get away from those beeping noises. A drainage channel to take care of the runoff. Honeysuckle trail going this way and that way. And let's see what this says. Dressed to hike. Hot Springs National Park has long been a destination for visitors in search of the restorative powers of nature. The fashion for outdoor activities today has drastically changed. Look at this. These guys are all dressed up. Got a boater hat. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, men and women strolled and walked on the trails, exploring the mountains surrounding hot springs. Even though they were trekking through nature, their clothing still reflected the ideas of that time. Women wore long skirts and bonnets, while men put on neckties and straw hats. Some lovely ladies there. Back on the peak trail, not far to go. Looks like you're deep in the woods. You never know, there's a big bustling city down below. The wind has died down. Oops, here comes another hiker. Got a bit of little erosion here. Gonna take a little work to fill in. The road is one way. I do believe they have a picnic area up here. This would be a good place for a picnic. Here we are. Yet another overlook area. And up to the top. Got a couple of bathtubs outside of the entrance. Almost there. There it is down there where I was earlier. Look at the mountains surrounding this. This is really nice. And you can see the airport from here, right above downtown. Some kind of theme park. Not quite as mountainous to the east. Look at the shadow. Goes right down the parking lot and road. It's 3:30, 3:45 probably, maybe 4. Pretty mountainous this way. There's another view of the shadow. The shadow knows it's the Ouachita Mountains. I came down on Route 7, and it was a very scenic route. Beautiful forest. So along the ridge here is where the park is, and it goes back down this way, and it has 5,500 acres, 5,500 acres. This is the Arlington and the derelict across the road there, and that's the Arkansas Math, Science and Arts School. I guess it's like the one in North Carolina. Look, it's a museum. The Arlington House waiter's vest. So they got each section, south and west. Myth. In the 1930s, Al Capone and several gangster friends used hidden underground tunnels to pass unnoticed between bathhouses in Arlington. No secret tunnels have been found. Owen Madden, he's the guy that ran the show. He was the big boss. Myth. Well-known actress Mae West was romantically involved with local businessman and reported gangster Owen Madden, who once owned the famous Cotton Club in New York before he moved to Hot Springs. Owen Madden, who came to Hot Springs to retire in the mid-30s, was involved with well-known actress before he became a local resident. However, Owen Madden married the daughter of the local postmaster, James Demme. He lived here till he died. Here it is. Tony Bennett first publicly performed his signature song, I Left My Heart in San Francisco. He did indeed practice and sing the classic song here in 1961, but only to an audience of one, a bartender, who said, I'll buy the record. The entire city is a national park. No, it's not. The Hot Springs reservations was changed by Congress to Hot Springs National Park in 1921. The city of Hot Springs' official name has not been changed since it was incorporated in 1876. Like many other spa cities across America, the city bore the name Hot Springs. A railroad executive pointed out that passengers were confused about whether they were going to the most renowned spa or winding up somewhere else. Consequently, the city railroad designation was retitled Hot Springs National Park. Myth. Oh, look at this. The devastating flood of 1871 was one of many disasters to impact Hot Springs. Earned a reputation for lawlessness and unfortunate disasters, when in fact most of that reputation was the result of exaggerated stories by traveling journalists. Myth and reality. Hot Springs had rid itself of the rampant crime and unruly types before 1950. Not quite. It was not until October 7th, 1967, that Colonel Lynn A. Davis, the new director of the Arkansas State Police, raided the residence of Harry Columbus, manager of the Southern Club. Behind his home was a large store in which was padlocked. When Columbus refused to open the house, the state police broke the door down. They found 2 truckloads of slot machines labeled with club names. Above the Southern Club, dismantling the Southern Club sign in 1971. Not too bad. Early Cato effigy pipe. The area around Hot Springs has been settled for a long time. the earliest hotel, a settler's cabin. (1867), the Rector Hale Bathhouse. George Finshaw, development of the community. Benjamin F. Kelly. The city of Hot Springs was incorporated in 1876, and an even bigger boost to the brand new little town's growth occurred the same year. The Court of Claims decided against all of the claimants who had been an impediment to the SPAR's development for so many years. Benjamin Kelly was appointed as the first superintendent of the Hot Springs Reservation. He had to kick out a lot of squatters. Fire in 1878 wiped out the downtown. And this is the man, Samuel W. Fordyce, who was an entrepreneur. And he opened hotels and developed the spa system. Outlaws. Cole Younger and Frank and Jesse James robbed stagecoaches on the Malvern Road. Dr. Peter Green, a pharmacist and brother of John Green, bought the Mountain Valley Springs property and built a large hotel that served the Springs waters to visitors. And look, they had an opera house. Gaming establishments split into two factions. (1914) Electrical lights. A severe storm in May 14th flooded downtown Hot Springs, 1923, reaching a depth of 9 feet on Central Avenue. Wow. The Arlington Hotel brought radio to Hot Springs using the call letters KTHF, Kern to Hot Springs. The first broadcast reached 23 states. And there's a tower behind there. Visitation to the Hot Springs Park reached 265,000 in 1925. The Vapors Supper Club. In 1964, Governor Orville Faubus ordered the doors of the Hot Springs casinos closed. Dick Van Dyke was the last act to perform at the Vapors. Most of the Vapors was a casino. Hot Springs Civic and Convention Center opened in 1965. Spring training, there's the babe. Look at this baseball glove. Mitt. Healing waters, soaking those feet and legs. Bathhouse Row, thermal bathing in 1875. Bathhouses were very unlike those of today, built of rough-hewn timber. Big Iron Bathhouse, 1878. A fire destroyed many of the buildings. The first Army Navy Hospital, 1884. Second government-free bathhouse, Bathhouse Row, in 1892. The second Arlington Hotel. There were 3 of them. Fountain Street Spring Pavilion, Hoke Smith Fountain. The Majestic, 1901. Was that when it was built? It doesn't say when it was built. Oop, a fire in 1905 destroyed several bathhouses. The second Arlington Hotel burned down in 1923. The Fordyce. That's where the Park Service Visitor Center is now. And the Eastman Hotel. Is that still here? Eastern Vista. Tower stands atop Hot Springs Mountain. Directly to the east lies the long arc of Indian Mountain, and to the northeast is North Mountain. Indian Mountain is the major recharge zone for the springs emerging from Hot Springs Mountain. Rain falling there after filtering warmly and percolating through the ground over 4,400 years comes out in the west face. The DeSoto Hotel. Rockefeller Bathhouse. We bathe the world. So they say. That's their theme. Helen Keller was invited to Hot Springs in 1894 by her uncle, Dr. James Keller, a nationally known surgeon who lived here since 1877. Carrie Nation was here. Boy, she had her work cut out for her here, didn't she? Carrie Nation led the Anti-Saloon League, also arrived in Hot Springs in 1905. Her reputation as a smasher of saloons made the liquor dealers very nervous. She tried to work up a crew and did cause a stir, but did not get the support she needed. One saloon owner had a sign painted All nations are welcome here, except Carrie. The bad boys, the big boys, Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, Pretty Boy Floyd, and the Barkers, and others relaxed in hot springs on occasion. Usually it was when the FBI, trying to put a halt to their illegal trade in booze, gambling, prostitution, and murder, made Chicago, New York, and other favorite haunts too uncomfortable. They knew the mayor, Leo McLaughlin, could be counted on to tip them off when the FBI was coming to town. Mary Lewis and Marjorie Lawrence. I had never heard of her. President Hoover, 1920, the key to the city. Roosevelt, baseball. The water from the area's hot spring reaches and maintains a high enough temperature that the water is naturally sterile. Not true. The area of hot springs is called Manataka, Valley of Peace, the Caddo Indians. There's no volcano that creates the hot water. Ostriches and alligators. 300 ostriches. Horse racing only came to hot springs once illegal gambling operations were established by the mob. Formal racing was introduced in the 1890s. Oakland Park is the place. Still open. During the prime of his baseball career, Babe Ruth spent every pre-season training at the hot springs practice facilities. No, he didn't. To the west, you're looking at West Mountain. To the northwest, you see Sugarloaf Mountain. The highest point in the park. Sunset Trail traverses the spines of these and passes Ballast Rock on Sugarloaf Mountain. There's a convention center right there, the big building. Down, down, down. I forgot to see what the height of this thing is. Oh, I'm sorry, 215 feet high and roughly 2,000 feet in elevation at the top. Okay, back down the trail. Nope, I'm going to go down to this overlook area here, down here. First, I'm taking a different trail back. This is the shortcut trail. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Glad I'm going downhill. It is steeper than the other trail, so it seems. This big water tank. That was probably for the Army Navy hospital. And what is this right here? A big storage area? What that now? And here's some kind of building right here. Alright, here's the crooked road. Better hurry up, they close at 5. Okay, this goes straight down. And what are these buildings right here? Is this part of the hospital complex? This is a bit of a rough trail right here. Look, it's got busted out windows. It's vacant. Is it haunted? Look how steep it is behind this building. Yeah, I think it's the Grand Promenade here. There's a picture of it from the back, if you can. Can't really make out much. Here we go. Too bad it's vacant. Seems like the government could do something with it. All right, here we go. Army and Navy General Hospital. In 1887, the first Army and Navy General Hospital was built on the hillside above Hot Springs Reservation. A complex of 5 buildings was designed by J.L. Smithmeyer at the cost of $100,000. The location of the hospital allowed it to take advantage of hot water coming from the Hot Springs mountain. Thermal baths became part of the treatment regime for many ailments. The hospital was selected to be the Army's arthritis center in the 1940s. At the hospital, soldiers were also treated for polio using the first therapeutic pool filled with thermal water from the springs. Patients at the hospital were encouraged to exercise along numerous trails on the reservation. They entered the reservation ground through the gates at the carriage road, now called the Army-Navy Gate. Each military service is represented by a cannon or anchor symbol at the gate. The original wooden hospital was removed and replaced in 1933 with masonry structure that you see today. The hospital closed in 1955. The building now is the home for the Arkansas Career Training Institute. And there's the gate there. Well, this is the gate. Okay, let's see who's represented here. Well, there's not many symbols on this, so I don't know what they're referring to. All right, here's a set of stairs down to the Grand Promenade. Yes, and this is another trail right here running parallel. Oh, this was where the bandstand was. I'll be darned. Either right here or up a little higher. Okay, the sun is sinking low and it's getting cooler because the sun was a warming factor today. It only got up to 50. It's easy walking here.